I never understood how I be closing those rings because I don't stand for 12 hours straight.
No, you gotta stand. You gotta stand for 1 minute every hour.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, you're not gonna stand for fucking.
That's what I was saying. I always thought like, there's no way I'm standing.
Yeah, you gotta move around for 1 minute and then count it as 4 hours.
Fucking blew my mind. I never knew that. I always thought like I was actually doing 12 hours of standing. I'm like, that's pendejo, güey. For real, like. What's up, guys?
Hey,
how are you guys doing? Episode 32? 32?
33? Wasn't 32? Because 31 was the one with Sammy, right?
Hold
I
on.
mean, with Arturo, right?
Wait, I'm right here. No, it's 32. It's 32. I'm pretty sure. Whatever. How are you guys doing? What's up? What's up in the Charro world? Hey, I don't know if you've seen people be talking shit, like, not about us, but like,
I'm like, tú dime, güey.
tú dime, güey, I'll go right now. No, I've seen that people have said that, like, okay, I get it that charros aren't exactly like, mariachis. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that like charros are like the horse guys that work in the ranch and this and that. But I'm like, dude, like,
they're like Mexican cowboys, basically.
Yeah, which we get, but we're also wearing trajes de charro as mariachis, and like it's almost like a slang word, like los charros. It just means los mariachis. Like a word obviously can mean one thing, but we use it in the context of mariachi. Like that's just how it's used. I don't see what the problem is.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just an opinion, right? Because the definition it says someone that wears the traje de charro.
That's a charro.
In it, and because I think someone talked about it on Facebook, and someone posted the definition, and it says someone that works, I don't know, whatever, they work the land or whatever, and wear the suit. So they're both right. They're just
exactly. Yeah.
They're just like taking half of the definition, and like, I don't know, bro, but
I feel like it. Yeah,
it's tu vida. You can use it however you want.
Exactly. Like I mean, people have different definitions of things. We use obviously charro as like traje de charro, which is, we're mariachis. That's kind of how we use like this whole thing. CharroBeans. It's just a good ass name, dude. CharroBeans. Everybody knows what CharroBeans are.
Pretty much. Oh, that's why you're bringing that up?
No, just because I was about to say welcome to CharroBeans, and then I just popped in my head.
Oh, okay.
Improv. No, welcome back. What? Welcome back to episode.
Yeah, welcome back.
Pedo, way.
Yeah. Lightweight.
Oh yeah.
Lightweight.
I had a Dayquil and I'm fucking.
Dayquil?
Sí, güey.
You mean NyQuil?
También. No, we're back with another episode here at CharroBeans, a Mariachi podcast. I hope you guys had a great weekend filled with a lot of gigs and a lot of good performances, and hopefully you got more money than us.
I'm like, who'd you play with?
Right. Right, like I have all these good experiences. No, we're happy that you guys are coming back to listen with us and have a good time, a grand old time. How are you, Vic?
Oh, I'm good. I'm vibing.
You're vibing?
Yeah, I'm fixing this.
Hey. There you go, buddy. We had a pretty good weekend, I guess you can say. Before we get into that, I mean, I hope that you guys are enjoying the nice weather. Today was 70 degrees, dude. It kind of like, it doesn't feel like winter, which is kind of weird. And then I saw that the forecast says it's going to get cold again. Like in 2 days, it's going to be 29 degrees.
Yeah.
So like the fact that today feels like April or May, like just freaked me out. Like I went to the gym. Va llover. That's why there's a snowstorm.
Va llover, yeah. Clement said, "A la chinga."
Yeah, I went to the gym and the guy looked at me and was like, "I know you'd be back, bitch." I'm like, "Sign me up, goddamn." No, I had kind of canceled it because I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna go for quarantine." But now I'm like, my stomach's like, "Así." I was like, "You're looking thick, little buddy." So,
it's like, "Can you see your knees?"
Right. I'm like, "No." No, yeah, but I went to the gym, so that was pretty cool. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks, I look like Vic, handsome.
I'm like, you still?
Oh, yeah. Nah, we always get off topic here, dude. I don't know what it is.
It's the vibes.
It's the vibes?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, I guess we'll just get right into it. I mean, what else? That's why you guys come back, right?
Yeah.
What do you? Why do people come back? Is it to listen to our stories or
Pa marrear shit.
pa marrear?
That's what I would do.
I don't know.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Comment below why you listen to this podcast. I kind of want to know, like, why people.
Why do you listen to this podcast?
That's what I'm saying.
You can't understand me.
That's true.
The only good thing about this is Sammy.
What?
What is it? Right. No, I'm curious.
Tell me now. No, yeah, right below what you guys are into this podcast for. I think it'd be good. Constructive criticism, obviously. And before you get into it, please go and subscribe, rate, follow us on CharroBeans podcast, all that good stuff. Like I said, all of that helps us out, helps us with exposure, helps us, other charros to come to this podcast, and hopefully they'll like it too. I mean, a lot of people it's kind of funny when someone out of nowhere just follows you because they just found you like an explore tab or like someone's friend like tagged them or something or maybe sent it to them, and you can tell they're random as fuck because they'll like 5 things in a row. I'm like, oh hey, new fans. I think I like that. It's pretty cool. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Like I said, we'll keep making them as long as you guys keep coming back and keep supporting us. Buy merch, which is still up, and we might have some new merch coming out.
Bro? Right, Jenny said, I'm like,
executive decision, bro.
What?
Me and Sophie were talking about it. My cat was there too. No, but we might as well get into this week, man. I mean, it was a pretty good week.
What happened this week?
We always have a review sesh so we can remember. There's a lot that happened. Like last week, we talked about this specifically. We're like, dude, the work is gonna slow down. Not that many people have money, so they don't hire us for gigs and stuff like that.
And apparently they listen to a podcast and they're like, oh, you know what?
Y'all want gigs? Okay.
Yeah.
So we got booked for like 5 hours. No, okay. We'll get into that right now, I guess. But the first thing obviously was the planta. We had the planta here on Fridays, which is, we talked about this last week, but we said probably it's gonna be slowing down. A lot of people haven't been coming. And we showed up this week, and everybody was like, they heard the podcast, and they were like, Ozzy?
Yeah.
They all came out, dude. I mean,
it lasted like a good 3 weeks, man. Because I remember Christmas Day. We played Christmas Day, right?
Right.
And it wasn't packed. Oh, it was, estaba solo.
Estaba solito, dude.
Right?
I mean,
and then next week, también. And then the next week, which was last week?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, estaba solo. And then this week, it's like, birthdays and shit.
They're like the stimmy hit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm like, if you're spending your stimmy at Burros, come on, guy.
Yeah.
Y'all don't need a TV or something? No, I don't know.
I walked in at Burros and I'm like, 3 weeks. That's how much I lasted.
That's how long the quarantine lasted for them. They're like, no pedo, we already had COVID.
Bro, they're just at home. They're like, sounds like Mariachi.
Yeah, dude. We should that's actually what we've been into, like live streaming.
Oh yeah,
our boss is, our boss is really into it right now.
Like I'm over here doing some stupid shit, and then I just see Arturo like
pointing
with the selfie. I'm like,
like the real you comes out, and you're like, not everybody can see this.
Yeah.
This isn't for all eyes.
I gotta woo you in.
Yeah. You don't understand, what goes into our process, so we gotta.
Hay que calentar.
Right. No, but we've been into live streaming. So if you guys are into that, let's follow us on CharroBeans podcast. Sometimes we go live. I think it's fun. Like, I think the biggest thing is to have fun at gigs. Like, not everything is so serious. So just take shit.
Well, the thing, it's never serious.
Yeah, I mean, it's serious, obviously. Like,
I mean, you're doing your job.
We're doing our job.
You're not serious.
Right. It's not like a competition where we're like standing there. And
even
we're
then.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, we have a lot to unload in this episode. Unload. So, like we said, it was a lot of people there, but we didn't have that much talon, which is kind of weird because I expected that. Because, when you see a lot of people, plus we had like people that we recognize. So, like I said, a lot of the people that keep coming back are usually the ones that are going to ask like for songs at the end of the night, So, since it was the same people, I was like, okay, well, we're probably going to stay here. But now, dude, everybody's like, okay, that stimmy hit. But like not all the way. It was 600. It's like we had 1,200 last time, so so they were like, no talon today. So we only ended up playing like what, like not even like 5-6 songs, I think.
Yeah.
Because I got home early, dude. Like I got out of there before midnight, which is very early for us, like for that specific restaurant. Did you stay for a little while or?
Yeah, I usually stay to help with the system.
Oh, to take it down.
You all fucking leave.
Yeah, I'm like. I don't know.
Yeah, and Um, no, like some of they were doing like karaoke and shit. So I was like,
Oh, were they?
yeah, I was like,
It's because here's the thing. Like our boss like usually takes the stuff down, right? Like if he like leaves the music on, I'm like, oh okay, well I guess they're just gonna hang out for a bit, or I don't
yeah,
know. So that's why I'm just like, all right, well I'm a dip. I know them, and then I just ask, where we going tomorrow, what time we're meeting, where we're leaving the cars. So that's just kind of my process. If it looks like y'all are gonna chill for a bit, I'm like, all right, dip,
yeah,
So I start leaving. So
yeah. So I
usually,
saw that going on. I'm like, okay, I'm like I said,
yeah. So I mean, which is good. I mean, you go home and you rest and stuff like that, and really it's because the next day we kind of had an early day because I don't know how I told this to my wife. I was like, it doesn't matter what day or what time. Like I'm always sleeping like at 3 a.m. regardless. Like I need to stop that shit. It's so bad. Like I'm gonna end up sleeping at 3 no matter what. Like
that's bad, bro.
it's very bad. So I ended up sleeping at 3. So the next day we had to wake up and meet early, like at what was it? 11:45,
11:45.
right? 11:45 in Denton, right?
Right.
So in Denton, for all you guys that don't know this area, so like Fort Worth and Denton are two different cities, right? But they're still in the same general North Texas area. So, but typically Denton from my house is like 40 to 45 minutes away, depending on of traffic or how fast you go.
For me,
Or
it's 30 minutes.
huh?
Hmm?
For you, yeah, you're closer. You live closer on the north
Right.
side, so. But I guess okay if we don't take the tolls, like I'll take the tolls if I'm like, oh shit, I'm late. You know what I mean? And like I'll look at the toll price, and you know how like they know when traffic is
Yeah.
like a bitch, so they're like, okay, we're gonna have it.
They had a fucking $2, $3 something.
No, they have it like at $5 sometimes. Like when they know there's
I
traffic.
know the 161 does that. What is it?
The price?
George Bush.
Oh,
That,
the
that one gets
turnpike.
that one gets expensive.
Yeah. So obviously they'll raise the price if there's traffic. So like they take advantage of me, bro, because I'm like, I'm late, dog, and they're like, Ozzy, $10.
Yeah, they make it worse.
Yeah, they make it worse. And that's when you haul ass on the toll or whatever, and you try your best to get there on time. But I really wasn't that late. Like I was making good time. But what I didn't mention is I got in my truck. Like we got home yesterday. And I don't know what. Like I didn't really think about it. I just I drove home, got in my truck, or what? Got in my truck, drove home, opened the door, and went inside, and then fell asleep. The next morning when I went out to my truck, I turned it on, and it said I had 50 miles left on the truck. And like I said, like 40, 50 minutes away, Denton is typically like 30 to 40 miles away, but sometimes that number isn't all the way accurate,
Yeah.
the gas shit. So I remember I took off and I was like, fuck it, pues ya que, like, there's no time for me to stop at a gas station. So I was like, vroom, took out of there like Dom Toretto. I get there over there. I got there with 12 miles to spare, which is the good thing. But every time I get there, like everybody's already in the van. Like you guys are already in there. I'm like, just pull in.
Sammy's late when he doesn't reverse park.
Oh yeah.
Because even sometimes,
I remember thinking that.
Even Sammy sometimes he'll be like, I don't know, you've been like 10 minutes late, 10, 15, and then like you still get to reverse park,
Yeah.
But this time it was like the meeting time was like 11:45.
Yeah.
And you got there like at 12:10, I think.
No, it wasn't that late.
No, it was. Well, point is like
it's because I saw the van there and everybody was already inside,
yeah.
So I was like, ah, shit, like I'm not gonna take my time to like reverse park, It's because like me driving a truck, like I just like reverse parking, like it's so much easier and you'll be a lot straighter if you know how to, right? So like that's just what I'm used to, But like I saw the van there, I was like, fuck, everybody's waiting on me, so I was like, just fucking pull in. I look like I wasn't that asshole that takes up 2 parking spots, but I kind of parked like my mom. My mom parks like at a 45-degree angle, and like I noticed it when I was a kid. I told my mom, I was like, "You're crooked, like you know this, right?" And she's like, and she would just walk away like, "Pasa nada," And I was like,
yeah. Or sometimes you tell them like, "Hey, you're crooked," and they're like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "Cause I'm not. I'm looking like this, like you're looking at the wall from like an angle."
She's like, sí, nomás porque es que tú necesitas lentes. I haven't told you yet.
Whoa.
She's like, you mean I'm blind?
But yeah, as soon as you park, we're like, that's how you know he's hella late. Like,
yeah.
Like he didn't take his time parking.
Yeah, I just parked. I just pulled in and I was like, vámonos, fuck it, And it was kind of good that at least the night before, we didn't have a lot of work because like I got enough sleep, so I was ready for the day. Do you eat breakfast? Oh yeah, you eat breakfast all
Yeah.
the time, right?
I wake up prepared.
Is Victor? You know, like Victor's like has a life, like his life. What's it called? You have a balanced life because you actually eat breakfast. Like I don't. Like I wake up, shower, boom. I'm gonna see the. I'm just built different.
You're wild.
I'm just built unhealthy. So I didn't eat because I was like, I'm kind of used to this, so like not eating breakfast. Like if I eat breakfast, it's like chingon. But if not, it's not for me. It's whatever.
Wow.
It's extra calories. Like I care about calories, motherfucker.
I'm like, you wanna talk about that, bro?
No. And what happened? So we took off. It's because we ended up we had 4 hours, but the first one was a misa, and like. I don't know how it is for you guys, but obviously going to a misa, you got to be there early because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if the padre's gonna be early. Yeah. You don't know if the padre's gonna start right on time, and they don't care, dude. A lot of them do not care. Like if you're there or not, like they're like the misa's starting, and they just start walking like towards the altar. You know, so it really depends. So obviously you got to be there like a little bit early. Luckily we got there on time and stuff, but they started late. I don't know if you noticed. It was supposed to be 11:45. We didn't start till like past 12 or whatever, but. Or no, my bad. 12:45, and we didn't start till 1-ish. Yeah, that's what it was. But it was. I guess I was feeling a little sleepy. But you know who else was feeling a little sleepy?
Who?
Miguel.
Oh yeah,
our trumpet player.
Dude, I have a lot of. I mean, no homo. Like I love Don Miguel. You know, like
Don Miguel's cool, bro.
He's my little sitting buddy in the van. Yeah. So he's always making me laugh and shit. Like he tells the funniest stories.
He really does.
But that guy is like a hard ass worker, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Don Mike.
Don Mike trabaja. Like he
ain't win no games, dog.
He goes to work like what did he say? Like 4 a.m?
Yeah, like he's built. He really is built different, dog. Like he goes to work at. He clocks in at 4, bro. Yeah. Like that means he's leaving his house like I don't know how far he is.
Oh, he works in the restaurant from in Fort Worth by 30.
Yeah,
remember? So and he lives in Dallas. Yeah. So like he has like a 40-minute drive. He's like
a delivery, not delivery driver, but he takes the food to the restaurant.
Yeah, he drives a whole truck.
Yeah,
with food.
So like his job requires a lot from him. Like he to drive early and stuff like that. So we always understand. Like even during the breaks at Burros, like he goes to take a nap sometimes.
Yeah, any chance he gets, he just fucking naps.
Yeah, and he's just like kind of like me. I couldn't live like that, dog. Like that's just hard. But he does that, man. He sleeps and he just like he sleeps in sections. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't know how he does it, cause I mean, shit. Dude, remember we even did a gig one time, like era para los patrones de Seafood Shack. And,
we stayed late.
We stayed super late. Like we stayed like at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And he had to work the next morning. He had like 3 hours to sleep.
And I'm pretty sure like it's because these people we played for they used to be, they still are. They're the owners of our ex restaurant. Or they need to call us back, bro.
We're on pause, bro.
We're on brief hiatus. Yeah. Since March. We're coming up on a year, dude, since we haven't been to Seafood Shack. Goddamn. But anyway. We used to play for them every once in a while, and they would ask us for gigs and stuff. So I'm pretty sure at that gig specifically, like they probably asked for more, but Dominguez like, bro, I gotta clock in, like, like finishing that lane. Like, imagine like us, like we're tired, bro. Like at the end of the night, you know, it's 2-3 in the morning, you're still playing, and yeah, sure enough, like Dominguez like, yeah, pues me voy a echar un sueñito porque ahorita llegando me voy a vamos a llegarle pues al trabajo.
Yeah,
and
dude.
I'm just like, fuck, man.
Yeah, so like at the misa right now, he was standing in front of me, so I was just chilling, and I would look up at him, and he just like
he was dozing out, dude. Yeah. He was just like
he was taking little naps.
Yeah, they're like micro naps. Yeah. And the good thing is he doesn't snore like I do, because like he can like sleep in secret, right? Like you would only tell like he's sleeping because he's like fucking he's slumped over, right? And you're like, he's like, and then you know he just wakes up and starts playing his part, you know. But it was funny too because the way he was sitting like at an angle, right? Oh yeah. He had like an ass cheek out. Yeah. I remember you showed me. I was like, "Damn, bro, Dominguez kind of thick." Bro. Yeah.
We were here like, "Me la quemo."
Yeah, dude. And I was like, "Che, Victor, wait."
Disrespect, bro. I'm sorry. I love Dominguez.
We love Dominguez.
That guy's cool.
Yeah, he's
so
good.
funny.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, it was cool. I mean, like I said, the misa it ran a little long, and we kind of started late. And that's the thing about misas, dude. Like you don't know if they're gonna be short. You don't know if they're gonna be long. There's some padres that really like to talk. There are some that are like short and sweet. They're like, I'm just trying to get this in as fast as possible and get to the next one. I mean, a lot of them, do multiple parties on one day. Like a wedding, a quince. So like they might have their schedule. Like, yeah, so they're they're like super mall.
It's like when they only have one. Like us, it's like I got time.
Yeah. He like really takes his time. But yeah, like this one ran a little bit long, but we had a gap. I don't know if you remember. We had a little gap. So usually when we have gaps, it's good. Like, it's good because sometimes we'll go out to eat, which is like cool. We'll get something to eat. Or kind of refuel.
I'm like our boss pays, so it's all good.
Yeah, I'm like
with our chivo,
right? He's all like, pero this is supposed to be more money. He's like, yeah, wait, pero te los comiste. Te los comiste, güey. He's like, what do you want me to do? Right? But nah, he took us to a Chinese restaurant. No, it was a buffet. Yeah. I love buffets, bro.
I like them, but I hate them, especially during gigs, man. I can't control myself.
That's true.
Like, cause I'm like, everything looks good. And I'm like,
that's true, man.
I'm like a little bit of everything. I'm just like,
and by the end, you have like towers of it, like sections.
I'm like, one more wouldn't hurt, It's like, and then the next one's like, I haven't tried this one yet,
Yeah, and you get like, how many plates did you eat?
Nah, I ate 2.
You ate 2, but they were full ass plates.
What are you gonna judge? Well, you should put me out there.
They were thick plates, bro. Like 3 C's thick plates. But I just remember I was like, cause I was eating like my plate. They didn't have a whole lot. I remember.
I think you only had 1 plate and like dessert, no?
Yeah, I had like 1 plate and a dessert. Cause it goes back to like us being like, okay, I didn't want to like if you get stuffed before a gig, like you feel it. Especially me, I've said it before on here. Like the vihuela pushes down on your stomach, so like if you're full, like you just feel it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and then you just be at the gig, like like you're just like burping here and there. Like it's just it's not cool. It's not cool. So I thought. My thought process was like, I'm gonna eat a little bit because we were supposed to finish the night at 10:30. I was thinking I'm gonna get home by midnight. I'll get me a little water, and I'll sit down and watch an episode of Breaking Bad and call it a night. Todo chingón. I had it all planned out, so I was like, I'm not gonna eat a lot right now, so I can eat water later, water burger later. And it worked out like that, but we'll get to that. But I only ate a little bit. Yeah, it was just that 1 plate, and there wasn't much that I got, and
that buffet didn't have a lot of stuff.
They didn't have those damn octopuses like last time.
Yeah, those were good, man. They were nice and spicy. I miss it.
Freaking last time
we went to... es bueno, pinches Sammy.
The last time we went,
you're got always those... like, no sé qué.
I'm the little kid, right? That's like...
I'm here like making love to it. I'm like...
You see, the last time you were eating them, you were...
They're good, man. I love octopus. And
they're like little baby ones, dude. Oh,
you should try the
You're killing all the little ones, dude. Oh, they're already dead.
Yeah.
So you're just eating their carcasses?
Yeah. And then there's like cuestiones. Ooh, con sal de limón.
Oysters?
Yeah.
Dude, mocos, güey. Just mecos.
Fuck yeah. Like, yeah.
Nah, man. I just can't with that. It's the consistency, I mean, I'll eat Elmer's glue, but I won't. As a little kid, I'm like, I chug that shit.
I never did that.
No, me neither.
I'll put it in my hand.
I'm like, yeah, me neither.
Like,
oh, you know what I used to do? Did they ever do this at your school? You would get like the tip of old markers. Oh, hey, if you've ever done this, comment below. But like, you get a marker, right? Mm-hmm. And you cut off the tip, like an old marker, like uno que ya casi no pinta. Okay. It's a little bit like used through already. You cut the tip off and you stick it in your glue and then you shake it and then it becomes the color of the marker.
Oh, I never done that.
You never done that? Yeah. Oh, dude, that must have been like kindergarten, first grade. That shit was dope.
Oh, I was in Mexico. And
that shit looked like yogurt coming out. I'm like, ooh.
I'm like,
good enough to eat.
Oh, shit. No, I was in Mexico in first grade in kinder.
Oh, right.
So I'm pretty sure we did all the stupid shit. We made what we had.
Yeah, right. It's like we made do. But what was the last thing? Fuck, we got off.
Oh, we're at the buffet.
We're at the buffet. There was no octopuses, so you didn't octopus. You were 3 plates in. I was 1 plate in. 3.
I had 2, bro. I'm not a.
Did you have a dessert?
No.
No? Wow, this self-control.
I could have, but I chose not to.
Oh.
I was full, dude. Like I said, I can't control myself. Everything looks good, and I'm like.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. You got like a thin frame, so like it fits.
See.
Yeah, like it fits in your body. Like me, like I just get thicker, bro. I look like Megan Thee Stallion. I wish I looked.
You can look like that. I'm like,
I hope so. I'm like, I can't talk. I'm doing hot girl shit.
I see.
Yeah, dude. Where was I at? Okay, so you were 5 plates in. I was 1 plate in. And then what happened? We left, right?
Yeah, we left.
Yeah, we all ate. We had.
I'm like, what happened?
And then we went home. No, and then we had that gig. It was like this wedding, right?
Yeah.
This random. No, it was I think the dude was white and the girl was Mexican. Because when I walked in, I just saw like puros güeros, so I was thinking like, oh, like it's just gonna be like for them, which we played before, you know.
Yeah.
But it was like half and half, and it was cada quien con sus cuates, way. Because like one side estaban los güeros and one side was the Mexicans, which I've seen that before.
It was a little mix though.
Yeah, it was a little mix of them, which is kind of cool. But anyway, estaba chingón, you know, everybody was vibing, and then ¿qué pasó?
It was a little bit boring for me.
It was a little bit boring. We played some. Oh, that's one thing that was funny. I remember I told you this. Like, we were playing. Usually, when it's gigs like that, where the people aren't really asking for music or anything like that, we'll just kind of play what we've been working on.
Yeah.
Songs we've been practicing, songs that are like, or a little bit more show or rap, you know. So we salimos con like Fiesta Jalisco, Fiesta del Mariachi. One of the songs they asked for was Y Llegaste Tú, which was one that we actually know that we've been practicing. But we played a little bit of, you know, of show stuff, and it was funny because like we played all todo chingón, nosotros, you know, trying to come out with good rap, and then like the first time they asked someone like ¿Cuál quieren? Mariachi Loco, and I'm like fucking shit.
We're like, it's disrespect, bro.
Like I could just imagine like what if Vargas was here and they're chingándose like pinche las bodas, rondinelas, way, fucking I don't know, piel con piel, I don't know. They're just playing all this good ass shit, and then they ask him, oh, pues ¿cuál quieren? No, pues Mariachi Loco, si no es mucha molestia.
Tell you, bro, the people are just horny way. They just want to see you dance.
They just want to see me dance.
They want to see you shake it.
Which I'll do it gladly. You just gotta ask.
See?
You just gotta ask. I'll be twerk.
Like, shake it.
Not right now, way. Quebró el sillón, way. But yeah, it was a little boring. Like, the good thing was it was an hour, you know, and those are typically like if it's like that where we're just playing music, like rap music, it kind of goes quicker. If I think about it like that.
that killed me a little bit, man.
Yeah, you kept telling me, right, that you needed a Red Bull. You're like,
oh yeah,
because you were sleepy. Yeah.
What was it sleepy? What was it?
Well, it must have been the 5 plates you ate. Wait.
Oh yeah. I had the buffet.
Yeah. So
yeah, dude, I was just digesting.
So you were just like, you kept telling me, you're like, no, mom, I hate it here.
Yeah, it's because like no one was asking good shit, you know.
Yeah, not really, man. And that's the thing. Like, you kind of have to bear through those gigs, man. But we did it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good. And then usually too, like the first gig will set the tone for the day. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it feels like that one like will tell you what the other ones will be like. So like when that one was boring, I was like, fuck, I really hope that the rest of them weren't like this. You know, like, you know. But the next one,
I think they progressed better for me.
Yeah, they they continually got more desmadre, and we'll say why. So the next one was at 7. Or no, it was at 8. It was at 8.
We got there at 7.
We got there at 7, and usually this has been a trend lately. We just been getting to the gigs like early,
yeah.
And then we got there, and then you know our boss will call him, and be like, "Hey, pues, you know, we're here outside. You know, we're ready to go. Like if you want us to go ahead and start." And the lady was like, "No, pues tú no llega."
Yeah.
Like, shit. So now we got to sit there, you know. And then, oh, was it you?
That's when I was like, no chance de una, guys.
Yeah,
like,
you're like,
get a Red Bull.
Can we go to the gas station, please?
I'm like dying in the back.
Yeah, dude, because you're like, yeah, falling asleep, you know. But yeah, I went to QT, got a little Red Bull. Oh, I got some cheese sticks.
Oh yeah, I got whole snacks too. I think I got some pinguinos and like.
You have pinguinos back there?
Yeah. They were good.
So
I love pinguinos, man.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like you were 6 plates in, and you still had.
But that
you still had room.
Dude, that was like a 2, right?
I don't remember, but still,
it was after. What do you mean? Dude.
I was still full from the. I mean, like I said, that's why I didn't get any food.
You still got whatever you got.
Oh, you'll see right now. Exactly. Oh, okay. I'll talk about that.
What?
So, what?
What?
Huh? Lulu says what? You're like, what? And then so we went to Q2. We got ourselves some snacks, refueling away, and then we went back to the gig. We started at 8, which was it was like this dude's birthday, right?
Oh yeah,
And
the dad.
Yeah, this dad of this girl. I guess the girl hired us, right? Like his daughter.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was his daughter. I don't know. He started crying, and I was like, "Damn, bro."
Yeah.
I was like, "They really like you, bro."
I'm like, must be nice.
Right. And then we started playing, and then it felt like a normal ass gig until the lights turned off.
Oh yeah.
And the first thing I was thinking, I was like, which one of these little kids is being a little shit? You know, like apagando las luces.
Yeah.
You know.
But what happened though? Because the whole neighborhood was.
The whole neighborhood was out. It's because it was raining. Remember, it was all wet and shit. Okay. So I'm gonna assume, the rain hit the wires.
It wasn't raining at the time.
It was wet though.
It was wet, but it wasn't like.
It was moist.
Okay.
Moist.
Hello.
I don't know how electricity works. That's Brent Franklin. He knows.
It makes more sense that someone hit the power.
Oh, the transformer.
Yeah.
The Autobot.
Okay. That makes more sense to me, you know.
Yeah,
like you say, it's wet. It's slippery. Maybe someone just se pasó de verga and like, oh.
Yeah, well, point is the whole block was out. Like you could see like outside, everything was off.
Yeah.
So we were playing in the dark for a little bit until all the ladies that were there like started turning on their ¿qué eran? Sus pinches flashlights, right? And I already know one of those ladies had like 30%, dude. Like, you know, I feel like they never charge their phones.
They've been like going Facebook Live for the past 30 minutes.
They're like, yeah, right. They're like, I've been going live this whole time, and now I got 2%. Like, and now I got to turn on my flashlight. Like, what the fuck?
And like, bet.
Right.
That 1%, what?
¿Qué?
That 1% is just holding on for dear life.
Yeah, dude. They're like, yeah, güey, apaga la luz. No, no, it's funny because the lights went off, and then I felt someone grab my ass.
Someone grab your ass?
Tú, güey.
Yo?
It's you, güey.
It wasn't me.
You're all like, hey, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was me.
And I was like, hey, wait.
I'm like, oh, es que no veo.
Yeah, you did say that. I was like, oh, no, güey. De no espantes, cabrón.
I'm like, es que aquí espantan, güey.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
La verga.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, after that, I was like, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready to fuck someone up. Then it was Victor. So they give me pinches. Like, oh, no, wait. I was like, I had my more.
I'm like, you didn't tell me to stop, though.
It's because, never mind.
Well,
off topic. No. Cut it. Yeah. No, but the lights were off, so we just kind of played like that. And they didn't turn off till like the last 10 minutes or something like that, right? Like,
did they turn back on?
They turned back on.
I don't think they turned back on.
They turned back on.
Oh, no me acuerdo. I don't know.
Oh. No, they didn't turn on.
I could have sworn we left like in the dark.
Yeah. They never turned on.
Yeah, because even when we went outside, like the whole Cuatro was...
yeah, I remember now. I went to the bathroom and I had to use my phone light.
Oh, right.
Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, no, Bill. And then I hit the towel rack. Yeah, but I do remember, yeah, we left and the lights were still off. I was like, no, pues, we're still getting paid, right? Because what'd you say? No pagaron el bill.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, se fue la luz. I'm like, paguen el bill.
Freaking, what is it, TXU?
Yeah.
They're all like, cut it.
Yeah.
Like, but they're having a party. Cut it.
Or like, oh, tienen para pagar mariachi, pero no para pagar la luz.
Yeah. So, like, y'all use that stimmy on a mariachi, but not the bill? All right, that's cool. We're going to turn off all this shit off. No. But they have a party. Nah, I don't give a fuck. Mr. TXU was pissed that day.
They were ready, though, because do you notice they had a lot of candles?
Yeah, they had they were expecting it. They were like, yeah, hey, fuck.
They made a choice, you know?
Yeah.
El mariachi o el bill.
They were all like, candles, pay the bill. It's like, well, Dad would be happy either way. You're like, you're right. Fucking mariachis, fuck it. Yeah, we let them figure it after that. We're like, well, we're still getting paid, right? Like, you know.
Like, good luck. That'll be $6.50.
Yeah. Ahí nos pagan.
Yeah.
We have Zelle, Venmo, all that shit. And then we ended up taking off. Like I said, we left them to fend for themselves. We're like,
what are we gonna do, bro?
Yeah, exactly, right. We're up there like we're fucking with the breaker panel.
We're the guys at the fucking transformer, like, no, está cabrón.
He's like, I have a cousin. Yeah, does, you know, he's into Transformers, Autobots, Decepticons.
Es mecánico, pero es lo mismo, you know?
Right. He's like, I fixed your tranny. So, I mean, this is kind of the same thing, right? I have a plumber. He's a plumber también. He's like, he does siding. He does concrete.
No, I'm the one that does concrete. Concrete. Fuck.
Are we drunk?
It was gonna be funny.
We're on some shit today. So what was next?
We went.
We went to Valley View. Kiwi.
¿Qué dijetas?
I can't fucking talk. We went to Valley View. Fuck.
Yeah.
We went to Valley View, and it was supposed to be the last gig. It was supposed to be from 9:30. No. 10. No. 10.
I think it was supposed to be at
It was supposed to be an hour. También.
Yeah, but we got the latest fuck, I think. Right?
Oh no! It was. Yeah, our boss is like, yeah, we'll get to from Dent. No, where's the last one?
Carlton.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we'll get from Carrollton to Valley View in 30 minutes, and we were leaving that gig like at 9, 10, 12. I was like, bro, we're not gonna get there in 20 minutes. Like Valley View's on the other side of the Metroplex, you know. So like by the time we got there at 10. We were supposed to start at 9:30.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. We were late, but it was the last one. So we were like, man, fuck it. Van a querer o no, you know?
Yeah.
So,
sí o no?
Yeah. So we ended up going there. We got there on time. Or not on time. We got there not on time. Whatever. We got there, right? So we were supposed to play from 10 to 11, but esa también se hizo otra. But another 30 minutes. So it ended up being an hour and a half. It was kind of awkward walking in. Because it was a weird orientation, like because they had like 2 tables and they put us in the middle. So like it's like, which way do I look? You know, you don't want to give your back to people. So that's how it was when we walked in, because we were playing for the lady, you know, like happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. And then like I feel uncomfortable when my ass cheeks are like, it's because they they had like levels to the tables, right? So like I always imagine when I'm like giving my back to people and they're like lower than me, that my ass cheeks are like right in their face. So
lucky ones. I'd be like,
no, I just feel awkward. I feel like they're just like they're all like muévete, way. I'm like, I can't go anywhere, you know. Like I just feel awkward. They're just like, this dude's really double cheeked up on a Saturday night. He's like,
sun's still out.
Yeah, dude. So I just feel awkward, you know what I mean? Like that's why you usually no le das la espalda, you know, to people, you know. So you try to like face them. There was just a weird orientation, you know. So we tried our best to like kind of like give a performance to both sides, and you know.
We tried our best.
Well, we tried our best, yeah.
I like the rep they were asking for there though.
Yeah, they were asking for some
and
good
there
stuff.
And people were dancing, so it was like I say, it was gradually getting better.
Yeah, like right. It kind of went from like the most like not dull. I don't want to say dull. Like a little bit
like
more
formal,
serious. Yeah, and next one was a little bit better, and this one was the best one.
They were whiling.
Yeah, and they were having a good time, dude. The ones they were having a good time with the kids, bro. Remember the kids that were all playing? They had this trampoline first of all, and you could tell they were just having a great. Dude, I remember I have so many great memories on the trampoline. Like we used to all my cousins. Like when you're young, right?
Well, I didn't have a trampoline when I was little.
Just pretend you're on one and then just jump. It's the same thing.
Es que te digo, like I was in Mexico when I grew up, so we did different shit. Like what at least in my class, like in kinder.
Okay.
We had like I guess the most famous show for us was like Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I mean, it was popular here too.
Oh, well,
yeah,
I wasn't here, but over there it was, you know.
Okay.
So I remember like when you said those little kids were doing their own thing, I'm like,
yeah, it's because first of all, like the kids were like se estaban amontonando, like where they all look like a group.
Yeah.
And it's always like the oldest one that's like talking over all of them, and he's like, you know, we're gonna play this, we're gonna play that. But then you said, I was all like, look, dude, simpler times. Look at them. They're having such a fucking grand ass time over there, just fucking chilling. Yeah, just vibing. And then you were like, what?
Yeah, and like in my class, we watch Dragon Ball Z, right? So we would be like, no, pues mira, tú eres el Goku, güey. Tú eres Gohan. And then like the class next to us, like they did the reverse, right? But to us, they were like, ese güey es pinche Frieza.
The bad guys?
Yeah, they were like the bad guys. And like in recess, like, nos damos putazos, güey, you know? And then like I say, it's Mexico, so the show was in Spanish. And like, it wasn't like because they have like a watered down version. You know, with no blood, no cussing.
The one here, it was censored. I didn't realize this till you told me.
Yeah, well, us, les valieron madre, I guess.
Exactly.
Because us, like, Goku está todo puteado and he has, like, blood all over it. Or, like, when someone loses a limb, it's, like, full on blood. It's like,
Yeah, over here everything's censored. So like you just see him and he's like, oh,
yeah,
and he's just on the ground like, oh.
And they cussed too,
yeah,
like in Spanish.
Oh, yeah,
but they cuss like novelas. So
Yeah.
we're hearing races like in recess like maldición. You know, we're like trying to talk like them,
all low and
yeah,
shit.
and then we're just like,
Yeah, dude, that's kind of
So-
cool. A bunch of little Mexicans fucking each other up like, yo soy Goku, no, yo soy Goku. You know,
good
That's
times,
funny.
man. That was
Yeah.
fun.
So that's what like that reminded me of. Like they were all just like playing. I was like, man, those were simpler times, dude. I remember getting in so many fights like that. Like
yeah,
there was like kids I would have beef with. Like I didn't even know them. Like, we would go to like quinceañeras, and I remember this specific quinceañera because I got in a fight because I went. There was like a section outside with like what are they called? Like a jungle gym type shit. So we went out there. I was playing. I didn't even know this kid, dude, but we had beef. Like instantly, we're like, "What's up, bro? What's up, bro?" And all I remember is that we just started fucking each other up, and then we both stopped because we both got hurt. Like we didn't cry, but we were both like, like we both like got hurt. You know, like
tears.
Yeah, like holding. Like you don't want to be the pussy, right? You're just like.
Oh, that happened to me too. It's when I told you, you know, like you watch movies and how they're like fucking each other up.
Yeah.
And I would watch movies with like fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme and like Sylvester Stallone.
Really popular.
So I remember I was watching them fight, right?
Yeah.
And they looks. I mean, the whole point of the movie is to make them look like fucking alphas. And
yeah.
Whatever they do, no les duele, IUC, whatever. So I remember like in one of the movies, like he grabs the guy and like he fucking head bashes me, right? So I'm like, damn, that's cool as fuck, you know, pinche chiombre, you know. So I'm over here, still in Mexico. I'm like in elementary,
right?
And like we play fighting, you know, we're estamos en putados, and I'm like, oh, I remember this, and I'm like, yeah. The other guy too was like, what the fuck was that, bro? Like, you know. Yo acá todo mareado, I'm like, su pinche madre.
He's like, andámonos jugando de mentiras, güey. You over here like fucking cracking skulls, güey. Poor kid, dude.
That's when I knew, bro. It wasn't that simple. It was like,
yeah.
Ay, güey.
You're like movie magic. I get it now, you know? You have a concussion.
Yeah.
You're fucking,
same with Maria, bro. Like,
you're like the Mortal Kombat characters, like.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, in the movie, like agarran vuelo, no? You're
yeah,
like,
dude.
¿Qué?
You like brace yourself.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm grabbing the kid that told you. You good, bro?
I just imagine some kid fucked up like after getting headbutted. Oh, fuck, Victor. Oh.
That's how it used to be, bro. That's how it was my life in Mexico.
That's exactly what I imagine. Like those kids, like they're just having a grand old time, and we're over here just playing, like, you know, like Che Hermoso Cariño or whatever. And I'm like, man, that was the shit. Like, you know, you come to your tío's party and all you're doing is just fucking chilling, playing. Some kid's gonna get fucking hurt, go cry to his mom, and 10 seconds later he's gonna come back. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of how it is. But yeah, that shit was just funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I remember that was a good point. Anyway, we gotta hurry up with this. But we ended up we finished that gig. It was supposed to be the last gig, right? So it was from, like I said, it turned into an hour and a half hour more. So it was technically from 10 to 11:30. So we finished at 11:30, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, bet. I don't know how it is for you, but like when I know it's my last strum of the night, I'm just like, I have some sort of like release or like a relief. I'm like, okay, like all I gotta do is put up my vihuela, get to my truck. Yeah. You know, you're mentally finished, right? Yeah. So all I remember is like on our way out, our boss is like, hey, they just like texted me like, like it was like on Facebook.
Yeah. And I just remember like we were done and we could look at his phone. He was like, hey, se quemó otra hora. And I remember like if it was true or not. I mean, we were gonna go, so I remember like, this is my mom. So I just walked away, and that's whenever he talked to you. He was like,
yeah. Hey, I guess because you left, he was like, hey, se chingan otra hora. Like, y'all down to play another hour? And I was like, here? And I was like, he's like, no, like, it's over there in Fort Worth. Which I was like down at first because I was like, okay, well, it's in Fort Worth. You know, I'm already heading towards Fort Worth to go home. I was like, well, if you pick up our cars, you know, it'd be easier. You know, pick up our cars and we'll go. And así nos vamos. Yeah. He's like, bet. So we ended up doing that hour. I told them, let them know, like, are they still cool with us getting there at 1 a.m? Because I mean, that's really, it's gonna be an hour and a half drive because of to get our cars, and then the drive from Denton to Fort Worth and everything. By the time we actually get there, it'll be like 1. And they were cool with it apparently. So when we showed up, it was more like a hangout. It didn't even feel like a party.
Yeah, well, it was a birthday party though.
It was was it a birthday party for that girl?
Yeah,
was it? It was. Yeah, we walked in with Mañas. Yeah. Okay. So we walked in. We played Mañanitas for this girl who was already, I think, buzzed at this point.
Everybody was buzzed. Everybody was.
Well, yeah.
Did you not see that fucking bar?
Yeah, the bar had like every tequila there. Like it had a shitload of them, right?
I have a picture of it.
They had a block of cheese. That's what I saw. I was
just looking at it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm pedo."
Yeah, and everybody was already buzzed at that party. So when we walked in, everybody got happy as shit, And I remember thinking like, who would want some mariachis at 1 a.m? But this was the crowd that you would expect like at 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
But they were cool. Like we recognized some of them, right? You said you recognized them.
Yeah, and that gig, it was one of my favorite gigs to be honest.
It's like a week ago now, right?
Yeah, because they were asking for like a lot of old stuff that I personally like. So era mi gente,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because like half of them were like from Durango, right?
Yeah, I thought you were from Zacatecas.
What you flinch, yeah?
Because I knew, bro. No, yeah, you're right. Some of them were from Durango. You could hear that because we played Corrido de Durango. They wanted it.
Right.
They wanted that one.
And they were asking all my shit, bro. Like I remember the other gig that we did with them, like some FSC,
Yeah, because
and it was like 2 hours.
It was nothing but Red, Puro Jose Alfredo, and they were like songs that you don't typically hear from him. So like we were over here not struggling, but I kept us on our toes, right? That's why those gigs go by faster.
Your toes, bro. I was just having fun. I was like, I like the song.
I'm like, no.
You see me like contra.
I'm like, así. I'm like, you're like contra. I'm like, run. On a pinche ranchera, dude. Oh shit, that's funny.
Right, like contra, run, no.
Oh, ya
pasó.
Right, ya pasó. Like, oh shit, oops.
Yeah, but it was them guys.
It was a good crowd. But as the hour progressed, like they were getting, they were drinking a lot.
Yeah, dude.
It was shot after shot, man. So like, progressively every 10 minutes it got worse for them. Like they just got more fucked up.
And I got tired. Like I was tired.
You didn't drink though.
No, but I got tired, so I felt drunk. Cause I started doing stupid.
That's true. Too. Yeah, we started Waller now. We went on live for a little bit on CharroBeans podcast. Yeah, we went.
Visa, and I'm like.
Yeah, right. He's like, I'm being filmed.
Yeah.
Do I need to sign a permission slip?
You both did that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm over here like.
It was like I said, Arturo's been really into like going live lately, so our boss is just like always putting it on. So I was like, fuck you, I'll go too. But it's just because it was a fun gig. I love those type of gigs. They go by faster. We're just chilling. It did feel like tiring because I don't know. By the time we started, it was like 1. We started at 1-ish, and then so 2 comes around. At this point, ya están todos pedos, but
oh yeah, the birthday girl was crying, dude.
Dude, she was something else.
Because it was the birthday girl, and like I'm guessing it's her homegirl, and they're just talking like they had their faces like right here.
Yeah, dude. I'm like,
I can imagine she's like, I love you, Te amo, like they're just saying like shit.
And they were like full on crying, dude. Like imagine like how girls were like on high school graduation because they're never gonna see their friend again and shit. They were just like. Yeah, that's what they looked like, dude. And they were happy as fuck, singing every word, but just all crying.
And you can tell, like, for the guys, it was like a normal thing because they're like, they're singing with us, right? And they look at the girls, they're like,
yeah, they just keep. They're looking. Yeah, they looked at them. They're like, "What's wrong?"
They're like, "Oh, they're on their shit again." Okay.
They're on some. Just leave them alone. Yeah. They do this shit all the time.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I love you.
Pretty much.
But they were just like, she was gone, dude. Yeah. And it was funny because you said too that like, I don't know what it looked like, but it looked like one of the girls that was there was like trying to like flirt with one of the guys there or something like that.
I don't know if like,
or if they were together.
I mean, they were together, but I don't know if the guy she didn't want to like, maybe he was like mad at her or something.
I don't know.
Because she was like really close to his face, and like you could tell like if you look down, there was gonna be like that eye contact where it was gonna be like, kiss me,
Yeah.
But he was just like,
nope.
Or maybe she just stank of alcohol or something?
I don't know.
He wasn't as drunk as the rest.
He didn't look at her at all. He was looking
Yeah.
at lyrics on his phone to sing along. Like he would like she'd be like here, like look at me, can sabe que, and he's looking at lyrics, and he's like, da da da, like he just goes into El Rey. I'm like, wait,
yeah, you got your girl over there, dude.
Get your girl, bro.
He's like priorities.
Yeah, right. He's like, yo vine a cantar. yo vine lo que vine.
He's like, we only have Mariachi for an hour, and you're wasting it trying to kick me.
Yeah, right. So this doesn't happen every day. You know? Yeah. Point is, we played the hour, so it's 2 a.m. at this point. I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna go home, chingon. And it's in Fort Worth, so like it's kind of close for me. I'm like, all right, cool, we're done. 2 a.m. And sure enough, the guy's like, síganle, fuck it. And
Yeah,
we're
like,
I wait, which I was tired, but I was like, fuck it. If we're like I've always said this, like if we're already there and they're asking, fuck it, keep it going. Like that way, it feels faster. Like don't like let's stop, let's go to the bathroom, let's eat. And like no, just keep the time going. Let's just keep going, right? So we ended up playing that other hour, and like by I said, like progressively, it just kept getting worse. Like there's madre on our part too, because we were all like just happy. We're all just. Even though the Miguel dude, he was like dancing. Yeah. He had like a cup for a little while. Yeah. We were like, he was like low key drinking it. Yeah. I was like, "Oh, Miguel."
Bro. I didn't see that, or else I would have started drinking.
Yeah, he was just, he doesn't drink ever. So like, I guess, he must have been tired, dude. So he was like, I need something, right? But it was just a little bit. He really doesn't drink. But it was, like I said, it was a good time. We just started fucking around. At one point, Saul was like, our violinist, he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna play trumpet. So I took it away from our boss, right?
Yeah, he was ready because he had his own mouthpiece.
Yeah, he had his mouthpiece with him.
I'm like, see?
Yeah. And then I think I told you, I was like, hey, bro, you want to switch or what? And I think at first you were just like, this is my moment.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. It's because I got tired of like having to follow the singers.
Because you were going everywhere or what?
Yeah.
But I just remember you were like, chingas madre, wait, let's switch. And I was like, I see.
I'm like, you lead, bro. It's cool.
I was like, chingon. So I took out my abuela. I was like, ten way. And then he gave me the bass. And we played La Ley del Monte, right? Yeah. And then we also switched because we're already at the end of the gig. Like, we're about to finish. It's like 2:50 at this point.
I'm like, everyone stopped recording because they're so drunk. Like,
yeah. So we're like, chingon. And then at this point, too, like, those people's kids. That one little girl that would come out.
Oh, yeah, she walked in crying and shit.
And she was just like, Mom, because like...
Yeah, I don't know why she was crying, but like, they were taking care of her. Even though they were drunk, they were just like, no pasa nada or something. Yeah. But I can imagine a little girl like, a ver, pedo, no invitan?
She came out like, where's my mom? And she's like... She looks like the Mortal Kombat guy.
She's about to throw up.
And then... so it was like 2:50 at this point, so we're like, fuck it, like, let's just switch. So we ended up switching. We played La Ley del Monte. We went right into it, right? Dude. So we got what's the end of it? It was on the stop. I don't know lyrics, dude. I'm so bad with lyrics. And when it goes, okay. We come back in. Yeah. And then we're about to go to the ending. And then all I see is we're looking like towards the people, right? Yeah. But I saw like lights behind me.
Yeah, I thought they were phone lights. Because I mean, I have astigmatism. So like any light that shines on me, it looks like a flashlight. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I just saw like lights. So like I turn around, I see these 2 cops, and I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah. So like I'm like, I like curled up. I'm like, oh fuck. So I started playing a little bit dimmer, and Domingue hadn't noticed. And he was like, he was going hard. And where I was like, shh, everybody like, shh, shh. Like the guy that was drunk, like the guy that owns the house, that was acting all drunk the whole time. Luego se le bajó, dude. He saw the cops. He's like, oh, how are you doing, officer?
Like, yeah, hello, officer. How you doing?
How are you doing on this?
I'm like, see you. Like,
ahorita, wait, just
I'm like, now you can talk properly.
Yeah, right. He's like, oh, hello there. My name is, I'm the owner of this property. Yeah. But yeah, se le bajó luego, güey. And he was like, oh shit. So the cops came and we're like,
cayó la ley, bro.
Yeah, right. We're like, hermano, cayó la ley. So then at that point, we're like, well, fuck, I guess we're done. Because the cop wrote him a warning. Like, because sometimes they'll just give you like a verbal warning. But he actually like kept a record of it. So he gave him like a citation, not a citation, but like a written warning. That's what it is. So he was like, the guy even was like, Well, I guess it's over.
Yeah.
Because we had like 2 minutes left or something like that. So we're probably like another song or two, una de pilon, whatever. But after that, we're like, all right, well, even him, he was like, I'm not trying to get a ticket, bro. He's like, I spent my whole stimmy on this, so like, I'm not trying to pay a ticket too, you know?
That was funny, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it was, like I said, it was a good night. I didn't end up getting home till like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And my wife got tacos from Jack. So we're over here like in our countertop eating tacos from Jack like at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I hadn't eaten. I had just eaten at the Chinese restaurant thinking I'm going to get Whataburger at the end of the night. So, dude, me saboreé esos tacos. Oh, they're not even all that, but I was like,
I had a hot dog.
Ooh, you know, hot dog?
Yeah. I went to go put gas and then got a hot dog.
But yeah, man, it was a good weekend. I think it was fun.
Yeah, fun. There's a lot that we skipped because we couldn't say in here. But
you can't
fun.
know the real us.
Yeah.
Let's get into some. Oh, yeah, we're running out of time. What is it? Charro chat. Charro chat. Come on, Vic. Crown Vic. Ooh, I like that. Like Crown Victoria.
Anyways.
Let's get into Charro chat. You guys ask some questions today. Please, if you guys see the stories, just ask a question, even if it's dumb or whatever. At Jael.Goose, when will you guys have a violinist from y'all's group on the podcast? I actually had this idea. You guys let me know if y'all want to do that. If you guys saw on our page or for our group. Shit, I cannot talk. If y'all saw the last video with our boss, I put conversations with Allende. You know, obviously we talked with our boss, but if you guys would want those kind of videos, you know, where you guys meet the other people that we play with, I think that'd be a good idea. I mean, we have our violinist, we have our trumpet player, you know, other people that play in the group. So if you guys want to listen to that, you're more than welcome to let us know, and we'll get it done. So that's up to you guys. At Louis Prov 21 says, any other hobbies besides mariachi? Saludos. You have any other hobbies other than mariachi?
Yeah, I mean, I like to play soccer. I work out.
You like swimming too, no?
Oh yeah, I love
you swim
swimming.
at the gym?
I love swimming, man.
That's cool. What else?
Pretty much. I mean anything outdoors.
Yeah, you're really into hiking.
Yeah,
you
I
like
hiking
that.
too.
You like that shit. I always see you, and I'm. You post those shits on Snapchat or Instagram. You'll post like where you're at, and I'm like, "Hola, pinche Bear Grylls." You know who Bear Grylls is?
No.
God damn it, you don't know anything. I forgot. Man vs. Wild.
Oh, okay.
Where you're just like in the wilderness.
Yeah.
So I keep expecting you to like, this is the fish I caught. I just ate,
Right.
I just ate it. You know, like something like that.
I just fought a bear.
Yeah. Clean. we were like, le di un pinche. Give him a headbutt, and he let go of the fish real quick.
He's like, what are we?
He's like, damn, I didn't know you were built like that, bro.
What about you, Sam?
For me, obviously, I'm into collecting. That's always been my thing. Kind of started off with like just bobbleheads, like baseball bobbleheads. But since there's been no MLB games, I've just been like stuck on that. So lately I've been collecting like obviously like Power Ranger stuff. Because that's like nostalgia for me. Like it's such a cool thing. Like for me, fuck y'all if you don't like it. And then Star Wars. I got back into I told you like you're into Star Wars now. I was like, well, I always was as a kid, even though I didn't understand the movies. We've talked about this. As a kid, like you just saw like the lightsaber and you're like chingon, you know.
Yeah.
But I forgot that I liked it until like recently. Mandalorian really like brought it back for me.
I haven't seen it yet. But
you should.
One day.
It like really brought all of those memories back of like when I was into Star Wars as a kid. So yeah, collecting. I love baseball. Texas Rangers, obviously, even though we suck ass right now. And into like Marvel comics and stuff like that. I'm kind of a nerd, but that's cool nowadays. I think. Yeah. Those are my hobbies. I like this one. At Jamuli Bari says, what's that one song that you always forget the entrada? ¿Cómo empieza la música? Pues todas, güey. Dude, this happens to. I mean, obviously, I know like most of them, but it's just like when there's a lot of songs where they'll just call them and you're like, fuck. All you need to do is hear the intro, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. You know, that's just me though. You're better at it because you listen to more mariachi, but than I do. But yeah, todas, güey. Sometimes I just need a little refresher. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what? What's it called? What am I talking about? But yeah, like sometimes I just need a little refresher for like the songs. It's hard, dude. There's so many songs. Like Yeah, it's okay. I'm not a melody instrument. I can't imagine just being like, how's that one go? Oh,
Well, you also have the muscle memory. You know, when you remember a
I
song,
guess
you remember
so.
like the note you started. And I feel like that's enough to like,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. I don't know. I don't know. Don't judge me. It's just my opinion, or the way that it would.
Get this. I think we're both on the same page right
Yeah.
now. Those spells.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably what it is too. But yeah, just like I said, obviously it's good to listen to mariachi music. Listen to all mariachi music so you can get like an idea, or at least your brain will be like, oh, I've heard this before, you know. But for me, like a lot of the time, I'm just really bad at that. As long as you tell me how the intro sounds, I'm good for the rest of the song most of the time. But right, you're like, Ozzy. Yeah, I beg to differ. No, but for sure. Yeah. You know anything else about that?
Yeah, I'm the same. You know, there's so many songs that sometimes, sometimes they don't even ask for it in a while, and you're like, ah, fuck, come on.
Yeah.
So, it depends.
Right. El Caillou says, "Who's better, Tony or Zombie?" I think that they're both very good players. Obviously, I love Tony. He's such a good guy. Every time I've met him, he's chingon. He's been on the pod. And really, like when I was coming up as a Vihuela player, like I wanted to sound like him. And then Zombies does a lot too. Like, you know, he does a lot for as far as like teaching. So like if you look at his YouTube channel, I know a lot of people use it to like for especially for like beginners or intermediates, you know, they use his techniques like to really like learn about their instrument and get better. So I think they both obviously sound very different. But for me personally, I love Tony. Like Tony's just cool. Was you?
For me, they're both great players. You know, you can tell they're both very solid.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like their own, I guess choices of how they want to sound, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Like I think Tony's
just got this stylistic thing that
even the way his hand hits the
yeah.
vihuela, you know, you're like, fuck, that's different. You know, it sounds like it's very special the way he plays.
Yeah, you can tell when it's Tony. Like I'll hear a recording, I'm like, you know, that's him. Or like a live recording, especially. I'm just like, you know, no, but yeah, for me, it's just Tony. Yeah. Shout out to both of those guys. Let's get into some Charro confessions. That's my little song for it. You like it?
Keep going, man. Go.
Okay, these are some. Like I said, this is a new segment for the podcast. So all it is like little confessions that you guys may have. You can choose to be anonymous if you guys would like that. Follow at CharroBeanspodcast. We have them every Monday. So. There's a new Charro Confessions segment. So this one says, what is this? I guess this one he was just saying something that happened at a gig, but he said drive-by at a gig. Holy shit.
That's some GTA shit, bro. Like,
someone drove by like, Grove Street, motherfucker.
For real? Like, how'd you make it?
Yeah, dude. Like, what do you do at that point?
Cause clients, like, they worry about los invitados, you know? They put, like, us in the worst place.
Oh, for sure. I'm getting murked first.
Yeah,
now that I think about it like that, I'm like, because they're gonna put you like on the side of the street.
Yeah,
they're gonna put you in an inconvenient ass spot. So I'm the first one going down.
Exactly. Like, so that's true. How'd you make it up, bro?
Like I didn't, and then he like disappeared.
He's like, I went to a restroom.
Yeah, andaba haciendo del dos.
He came back. He's like, on Facebook, anyone else need jale? Like,
he's like available for the rest of the night and every day after that.
Looking for a new group too.
Yeah, looking for a new group.
So what happened to so and so? It's like terminated.
Terminated. They've been taken care of.
But in all seriousness, that sucks. You know.
Dude. Yeah, that's a very sticky situation. But there's no way to prevent that. Like, obviously, don't get sketch gigs if it looked like a sketch gig. You know, we played at some sketch gigs before. You get there and I'm like, yo, did someone die in this house?
Like, huele a secuestro, bro.
Yeah, huele a secuestro. When in the middle of nowhere, I'm like, dude, someone's gonna like jack me, bro. But yeah, man, for sure. Drive by the gig, man. That shit is fucking wild. Be careful. That's all I can say. I guess this one was more of like a question, but what does your G-string smell like?
Like metal.
Metal.
Like the G-string on my bass?
Yeah.
It's copper right now.
Goddamn. Mine probably huele a...
Pee-pee.
Huele a pee-pee. Someone gets your vihuela like, hey, me la prestas? And you play for a bit, like, mejor no. then we.
For real.
He's like, I seriously regret that decision. Like, oh man.
Germex.
Is it Germex?
Yeah.
Like hand sanitizer. Yeah. This person remained anonymous. They said, I hooked up with a customer after the gig. No, pues chingon, I guess.
I mean, just be careful, bro. You know?
Yeah, it's
if
true.
it was that easy, you know.
if that's true. Like, what if she didn't like you or he didn't like you, bro? I'm thinking like, okay, well, you're messing with my chivo way,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, if they paid you through a check or something, they're like, bounce that shit. Like when they find out what happened, they're like, you know,
like, how long do you hire them for? Like an hour and 1 minute.
Or they hire your back. I heard what you did, and they just fuck you up. That's where the drive-by happened,
right?
They found out what happened. They were like, Grove Street. They just
Hey man, cada quien, you know.
Cada quien con su aha, you know, but it's a little wild, brother. But like I said, take care of yourself, man. You don't know what some people may be doing out there. Hang on, let me get this. This person kind of gave us a DM because it was a long story, so I'll go ahead and say it. They chose to be anonymous, but they said, after my gig, me and my friend were smoking outside. Don't smoke, guys. Bad for you. Me and my friend were smoking outside of the quinceañera, and the cop that was security knocked on the window because COVID. They aren't charging or taking people in for possession, but he was going to charge me and my friend for DOI if we left the lot. It was 10 p.m. and the place closed at 11. So our cars would be towed. Like, oh, shit. He said to call someone to pick us up and someone else to get the cars. So we were sitting there waiting for our peeps to come in clutch, and we were in this car high with a cop watching us, and we just jamming out to music for like 20 minutes. It's 10:30, and finally my friend shows up without his driver's license. Que la chinga. And snuck around the street, snuck into the back. Hang on. And luckily we dipped from there, and I snuck around the street, snuck into the back where my car was, and we left in Chinga.
Shit, bro.
That's wild, dude. Yeah. What y'all doing out here?
I'm like, invita, right?
I'm just thinking like, that's a lot to happen. I get my money and I'm out, bro. I got it. What is it? It's like you don't shit where you eat. Like, get out of there, bro.
Oh, okay.
Like, do it like somewhere else, or like do it at your house.
Nah, but sometimes está buena plática, güey.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know. Yo no tomo. I mean, yo no fumo, but you know.
Yeah.
Cada quien.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say be careful, man, because like you guys kind of got scot free out of that one, but next thing you know, on the NBC5 News.
Oh, didn't that happen too? Didn't like some guy crash into a jogging box?
Oh yeah,
right?
That's true. There was
that your friend, dude?
I'm like, this guy wrote in. Yeah. Nah, I did see that. It was in San Antonio. I think some guy crashed into a jack. Yeah, so obviously, in all seriousness, make sure you guys are being responsible, right? Like, try if you're gonna do something like that, just have a plan. You know, don't put anybody else's life in danger. But like I said, yeah, like I would say, like if it was me, like obviously go home and do that. I mean, I don't do that stuff, but still, like that's what.
You want to tell me something?
That's scary, man. I'm like, tengo miedo. You have anything else?
No, I mean that's cool, man.
Oh, this is the last one. So we kind of put up a meme on this thing, and if you look at it, it's pretty much talking about how like a lot of music directors will take the competition and medals, but they're not exactly like teaching, like teaching them actual like music knowledge and technique and stuff.
Yeah.
So someone said like, I'd love to speak on that topic of competition and kids not learning music. So like it is fun. It's kind of funny how that works, dude. Like we kind of touched on it like in our very first episode, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. But yeah, it's true. I mean, like obviously, like I feel very appreciative that we learned from someone like Dr. G in the beginning, because like he was like the type that like we didn't appreciate it at first because we were so young, but like later on you realize like, oh, he was actually trying to teach me something. Like it was more about like a lot of my music knowledge today comes from what I learned as a kid, And later on we you kind of do focus more a lot of schools, from what I've noticed, some kids won't really understand the way music works, and that's very important because like if you look at orchestra or band and all that shit, like they have to learn how to like read music and like actually understand it because I mean you're part of this big, a big orchestra, a big band, and all that stuff, but like really like mariachi should be taught in the same way. Like you have to understand the way music works so that the kids don't just come out like wanting to only play like these crazy arrangements and all that stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
Especially cause usually director is like he has one instrument that's his forte. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
usually
like
yeah.
sometimes let's say it's a violin player.
Mm-hmm.
The harmonia are not that looked after. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the harmonia will learn like how to play a song, but when you ask them, what's your E string called? They're like, what's that?
They're like the first one.
Yeah, or like what's this part of the guitar called? I don't know.
The wood part.
Yeah, it's like it's very sad because I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, man.
And it's like you're trying to help out, and they're like, hey, can you play I don't know, can you play your A string? Like, what's that?
They're like,
It's
the fifth one.
It's kind of like, especially when they're kids that have been there like a year or two, because that's
No,
stuff
not
that you
even,
should
dude.
learn within their first, I don't know, like
First
2
couple
weeks.
Yeah, because like no, even then I've seen it in kids in high school, man. Like a lot of these things they should be taught. Like if you've been playing, this your instrument for this long, you should know the basics obviously first. Like that's a given, right? Obviously you focus on technique and the way you should play and stuff like that. But obviously you always have to start with the base, right? You have to start with the base of music theory, like the easiest shit, which is learning your sharps, learning your flats, learning your keys, like what time signatures are, the way that a measure is broken down, rests, like all these things are going to be things you're going to look into later on when you actually see those arrangements. So like if you don't understand what that is, and then like you said, if you don't even understand your own instrument, then like how do you expect to like really progress? Like you can progress like just, I mean, people play without learning actual theory and music and all that, but like it's not the same, right? Because then you'll say, okay, well, can you play your like your círculos? Like for us, I say them a lot of the time in Spanish, but like your círculos, for boleros, like your primera, segunda, tercera, your minor chords, all of those, like do you understand how they work together? And a lot of them won't. They know how the song goes, but not necessarily why it goes the way it goes.
Yeah.
So it does suck when like directors don't focus on that, because really, like I said, that's gonna be what helps you out in the long term, right? Learning that music theory from the very, very beginning, so that you understand everything you're gonna get yourself into later on, in your life, if you keep, doing music.
It's a very frustrating thing, man. Especially because for competition, they kind of make you learn like 3 songs,
Yeah.
and like, you just keep playing them for like the whole semester, and it's like
Yeah.
you're wasting a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's what you could, que te cuesta, I don't know.
It's like you said, like two weeks in, you should already learn like these kind of concepts, or at least introduce them to your kids.
Yeah.
Don't just come in and just tell them, this is how you play this, but actually teach them the way.
Besides that, I think it should be a main focus. The only reason building can stand is because it has a solid structure.
Right.
So I feel like you should just hammer that on them. Like learn them to appreciate what they have, and make them understand what they're holding. What the stuff they should understand.
Well,
it's like
pretty much how Dr. G did it with us. We didn't get guitars till like weeks later after we started.
Yeah. We had to take like 3 tests.
We had to take. We kind of talked about him with the episodes here on YouTube with him, but we had to take tests to prove that we were worthy of getting a guitar.
Yeah, or that we knew what we were doing.
Yeah, like that you've been following along with his lessons. Like this is what this means. This is what this means. How do we break down this measure? Like what are the beats? What is the tempo? Like all of these things that you would see like on the sheet music. You had to prove to him that you were that you were actually paying attention and that you understand it before you get an instrument, so that when you get it, it makes more sense. I'm not. If I just give you a guitar right off the bat, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is cool," and then you're just gonna play like something else on it, or like just have bad technique, or just like mess around with it like a toy. And really, the instruments that we play, I've said this before. Like you have to respect your instrument from the very beginning, because I mean, if you're just treated as something else, like this or that, like you got to treat it like what it is. It's a musical instrument that we make music with, and not just by ourselves, but with the whole ensemble, right? So everybody's got to be on the same page. So think about it like this: you got to have a good foundation in order to grow. You know, like a tree, right? You got to have a good base, and if you have that good base, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
So we really, I think, directors, if you understand music, you want to do your very best as a director to teach that fundamental stuff from the very, very beginning, especially if they're young. Like, because a lot of us, like me and Victor, or you started 7th grade, I started 6th grade, but like, we start off so young, like, especially like in a time when we're going through puberty, we don't even understand ourselves. You don't even listen to music at that point. There's a lot of things you're introduced to. So it could be a little bit easier to get someone on board with that. So like you have to make sure you give them that focus right away to be like, look, this is how music sounds. This is how music is structured. Like learn it, understand it, and then from there we can obviously hone our craft and stuff like that. But no, that's very important. Very important.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, people are working on it. And like I said, like from what I've seen from people trying to be educators, it seems like they'll be getting the right idea. So hopefully it'll be getting better.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah, just like I said, competitions will always be there. Yeah, they'll be on your trophy case and this and that. But for me, I'd be more proud if a student comes back and tells me like I learned everything out of music from you, and I feel like that's worth so much more. Like just that you taught them how music works, and from there, it's like Dr. G said. A lot of my students have gone on to do other genres like rock. They're the leader of the coro of their church. They've done salsa. They do a bunch of other types of music, but they learned music in mariachi. They understood music in mariachi, and they took that, and now they're musicians in something else. You can, if you understand music, you could do anything. Not so much just only mariachi, but you could do something else. Something else in music you end up liking later. So
after that, it's just adapting to a style.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you understand how mariachi music and music works, it really depends on you how far you want to take with it, but if you understand, shit, ya chingaste,
Yeah.
Well,
I think we went over this time.
Yeah, we went over, man. This is a long little episode. I think it was fun though. We had a grand old time.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, we really appreciate everybody coming back and listening out. I hope you guys keep watching us before we get canceled or something, or or
we get
sued or something. But like I said, as long as you guys keep listening, we'll keep making them. And if you haven't already, follow us: Facebook, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, watch the videos, like, subscribe, share, rate on Apple Podcasts. Anything else?
Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
See you guys next time.
See you guys next motherfucking week.
Yeah.
I love you.
Bye. I love you too. Oh. Yeah.
Still. Peace.
Esta noche cena.
Oh, you didn't keep going?
Te amo a coger.